Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, madam.
How are you doing?
We are good.
We are good.
Okay, today we are going to learn about warehousing. Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take the roll call. So if you hear your name, just say present. But I'm happy that the attendance is okay. Winnie? Stella? Juliana Knight? Gladys Chebito? Lilian Yego?
Present, madam.
Cynthia?
Present.
Present.
Albert? He's not. Kindly tell him to join. Okay. Duncan?
Okay. He's not in.
Okay, so I want us to begin our class. Who can tell me what warehousing means?
Warehousing is the process of storing goods before the needs arise.
That is good, Lillian. In order for us to have a smooth class, I'm going to share my screen. Is that okay? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so our topic for today is warehousing and stock control. And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to define terms used in warehousing and stock control and explain types of warehouses. So, as Lillian has said, a warehouse is a building where raw materials or manufactured goods may be stored prior to their distribution for sale. Now that you know what a warehouse is, can we try to define the term warehousing?
Yes.
Cynthia,
Yes.
tell us the definition of warehousing.
Our house is a large building where raw materials or manufactured goods may be stored prior to their distribution for sale.
Good job. Which brings us to our next term, which is stock. And stock is just goods or merchandise that are stored in a warehouse. Gladys, read for us what a stock control is.
Stock control is the process of ensuring that appropriate amounts of stock are maintained by businesses so as to be able to meet customer demand without delay while keeping costs associated with holding stock to a minimum.
Good. As we know, operations in a warehouse or a business cannot take place without stock. So this stock has to be controlled so that it is kept at optimum amounts for the running of the business. Are we together? Okay, now we go to the types of warehouses.
Yes, madam.
And we have 8 types of warehouses. Who can mention some of the warehouses they have come across? Excellent, Juliana. Cynthia, come again. Good job. Who else knows
Bonded
of
warehouse.
another type of warehouse?
Good job.
Public warehouses.
Public
Yes. So So we begin with our first one, which is a public warehouse. A public warehouse is generally owned by the government, and it is available to private sector companies as compared to other types of warehouses. And then we have the private warehouse. Somebody to read for us?
A private house is a warehouse that is privately owned by wholesalers, distributors, and manufacturers.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so
A
much.
private
Lina.
warehouse is a warehouse that
Yes, a private warehouse is owned by a seller, a wholesaler, or a manufacturer. Many people do not have access to a private warehouse as compared to a public warehouse. Now we go to bonded warehouse. Cynthia, you had mentioned bonded warehouse, so please read for us what a bonded warehouse is.
A bonded warehouse is a type of warehouse that can store imported goods before customs duties are required to be paid on time.
Good job. When goods are imported in a country, before they are distributed after they have been imported, they are stored so that they can be distributed, and they are stored in a bonded warehouse. Smart warehouses. What are smart warehouses?
A smart warehouse is a type of warehouse where the storage, fulfillment process, and the management are automated with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, this is a more upcoming type of a warehouse that uses artificial intelligence to manage the processes of a warehouse. A consolidated warehouse, lastly. Albert? Who can tell me a reason why we have consolidated warehouses? One reason why consolidated warehouses are beneficial? Anyone? Yes? Yeah. To reduce either transportation cost, right?
yes.
Yeah. Instead of using a lot of transport cost to transport several quantities of goods, they can decide to put them in bulk so that they are transported together and save on costs. Lastly, we have the cooperative warehouse, and it is a warehouse that is owned and run by cooperative organizations like a farmer or a winery cooperative society. Are we together?
Yes, madam.
So that brings us to the end of our lesson. And Lillian, please remind us what
Yes.
stock control means.
Stock control.
Yes.
Stock control is the process of ensuring that appropriate amount of stock are maintained by a business.
Good. And the types of warehouses we've listed are?
Private warehouse,
Stella?
Public warehouse,
Consolidated warehouse.
bonded warehouses,
Yeah.
and maybe smart warehouse.
Yeah, good job everyone. So we have an assignment. As I had told you earlier, we have 8 types of warehouses. we've only discussed 6 of them, so I want you to go and discuss the remaining 2, which are government warehouses and distribution centers. That is going to form your Cat 1. Okay? So do a
Yes.
thorough job in that. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in the next lesson. Have an amazing weekend.
You
You
too.
too, madam.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, Juliana.
Bye. Diego.